Hello, and welcome to our January Community Live. This is one of the many ways that we try to keep you up to date on everything that's happening in Brave Nation. The show is being simulcast live across our Community Braves network, including the Community ISD Facebook and YouTube pages, and will be available on demand after the show wraps up. Tonight's guests are Michaela Welch, the Executive Director of the Education Foundation, Brody Ross, Ellis Elementary Music Educator, and Christian Boulware, Head Coach of CHS Baseball. For those of you that are new to our live shows, make sure that you stick around to the end of the show when we'll have a chance to ask questions of all of our guests tonight. Please make sure that you submit your questions via the Facebook chat on Community ISD during the show. We are only able to answer the questions on that main page, so please do not submit them anywhere else if you want them answered during the show. If you don't feel comfortable with your name being attached to your question, you can email us at any time at info@communityisd.org. So let's get started tonight with our first guest. Tonight we have Miss Michaela Welch here from our Education Foundation. Welcome, Miss Welch.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited you're here. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about you and how you got to be here in community at the Education Foundation.
Absolutely. Me and my husband moved to the area in August of 2020, and this is the first time I've ever lived anywhere besides the area I grew up in. So I kind of wanted to get involved in a bigger way, and so I am a big advocate for public education, and the Education Foundation kind of seemed like the best path forward for that. So I was first on the board of directors, and then this position became available, and it just seemed like a great fit. So
awesome. So tell us, what is the Education Foundation? Is it part of the school district? Is it something outside the school district? What exactly is the foundation?
Absolutely. The Education Foundation is a completely separate nonprofit from the district. Our whole purpose is to serve community independent school district to help enhance the education and brave the way here, but we are completely separate from you guys. We have our own EIN number, we follow our own 990, we're completely separate, but we do work in tandem with you guys. Our whole goal is to help bridge the gap in our public education funding. So you guys kind of provide, the beef and all of the stuff that our kids truly do need, and then we kind of help provide the fun stuff. We all know that we don't learn in the same way, and so our teachers, our wonderful teachers, have an application process they go through where they can submit their great ideas for innovative teaching grants. So things that are just not within the normal budget, or things that they might even buy themselves. I know you're an educator, and I know everyone knows an educator, and you know how much they spend on their own money.
Absolutely.
So our goal is to get them to stop spending their own money and connect our community into our classrooms and have our public kind of help field that.
Awesome. And we're so excited about what all you've been able to do with the Education Foundation and for our teachers and for our district, which ultimately impacts our kids.
Yes.
So we're so appreciative of that. All that takes money.
It takes money, for sure.
Fundraising to try to support that. So you have a really big event coming up.
I do. I have an event.
Tell us about that big event that's coming up really soon.
It's called Bags for Braves Designer Handbag Bingo. It's coming up on February 12th. This will be our third year to do it. And I have some good, but also kind of bad news for our viewers at home. If you haven't bought tickets, I am almost sold out. I only have 5 individual tickets remaining.
5 tickets left. And how many
tickets.
people can come to the
We have, it's about right under 300.
Right under 300, and you have 5 remaining tickets.
Yes, ma'am.
So if they want a ticket, they need to move fast.
I would, yes.
Move fast.
Yes.
Now, you brought a prop tonight.
I did. So if you're not familiar with the event, it's bingo, and we have 10 rounds of bingo, and there's a handbag that is associated with each bingo round. So if you win a bingo round, you're winning a real designer purse that is valued over, or at least $250. So I brought my personal favorite, which is round 1. I don't know if we can see here, but it's a Ralph Lauren.
Yes, everybody can see.
Really, really, really pretty blue cover.
That price tag says $450.
It does, correct. So the $250 is just a minimum, but a lot of our purses are over that. But so this is a good little tote bag. I just thought I would show it off because it's been sitting in my office, and I'm the only one who's been getting to look at it, and I thought more people should get to look at it.
Someone will go home that night.
It's not going to be me. It's not going to be me, but someone in the first, winner of the first round is going to come home with this bag. It's really soft too.
Yes, very nice, gorgeous blue.
Yes.
So that's good.
We have 10 rounds of bingo, and we'll have some other fun games and stuff. So it's going to be a real fun night if you want to get involved.
And if you haven't heard about it, just ask anybody around because the reputation of this event is out there.
We're a month out and we're nearly sold out.
Yes,
So
everybody wants to be there. It's a fun night.
Yes, ma'am.
Lot of prizes, but more than that, just fun. Working together to support
yeah,
kids,
it's great to
support
be
the district.
it's great to be in a room full of people who are kind of there for the same goal. Yeah, we're there to have fun and win purses, but we want to support public education, and I don't think people in that room wouldn't be there if they didn't want to do that.
Exactly.
So being around like-minded people, it's just a good night.
A lot of fun. And this year there's not really a theme, or you don't have to have a theme for your table.
No,
it's
ma'am.
just it's a Valentine type.
Just a Galentine, yeah.
Come.
And you can dress casual or you can dress up if you want to dress up. You please do, but you can also just wear jeans and a t-shirt or what you wear to work. There's no dress code. Very casual.
Just come and have a good time.
And we'll have Olive Garden buffet for dinner. So you'll have
Great.
pasta. We do have gluten-free options for those that need that. And we'll have more cookie cake and popcorn and yeah.
Lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
That
Yes.
sounds great. And congratulations on being down to 5 tickets.
Thank
That's
you.
wonderful. At
Yes.
this point, a month out, 5 tickets left. So those of you out there that don't have a ticket yet, now is the time to
Yes.
get a ticket.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, you came tonight not just to talk about Bags for Braves. That's important. But there's some other things that are going on with the foundation right now. We have scholarships
Yes.
about to start up. Tell us a little bit about the scholarships and how
So
it works.
our main bread and butter of the foundation is obviously our grant program, but we also offer scholarships for our seniors that are graduating. So we host one online portal where kids can fill out their personal information, all their educational information in one spot, and then it branches off if they want to apply for any other local scholarships that we offer. So we do 5 scholarships through the foundation, and then we also have an alumni scholarship, and then we also have like the athletic boosters or any other. There's a few that we handle, but they're not academic based is normally the question I get. I'm not in the 10% or I'm not in the top whatever. None of these scholarships, you don't have to be
to get these scholarships.
None of these scholarships have really any, I don't want to say anything to do with educational merit, but they're based on different circumstances. So I would encourage, if you are a senior, if you know a senior, if you have a whiff of a senior somewhere, to apply for these scholarships.
And every year we talk about this, and we talk about how important it is, and it's hard. Seniors are busy.
It is.
And seniors are in their spring semester, and
Yes.
they don't always step. So we need the public's help to make these seniors sit down.
Yes.
One application gets you in the look for multiple scholarships.
Multiple scholarship
So
opportunities.
Tell any senior you know to sit down and fill this application
It's a
out.
really simple process. It's all online, like everything is now, but you can go into the application and exit as many times as you need, so you don't have to fill it out all in one go. You can work on it here and there.
Good.
It opens February 1st at 6 a.m. and it will close on March 1st at 11:59 p.m. And everything has to be in by 11:59. We cannot accept any after that.
So how would a parent know, or a senior know, hey, this is where I go, this is where they're going to remind me to do this? It will be on our Facebook pages. How will they know that it's time?
So there will be a link in the chat box below.
Okay.
We send out in senior parent newsletters. It'll be on social media, and then it'll be on all of the high school TVs and communications and things like that.
Great. So seniors, get busy.
Yes.
Get busy. Parents of seniors, make sure your senior gets busy.
Yes.
Anyone who knows a senior, make sure
Yes.
they get this application filled
Absolutely.
out.
It's pretty painless. There's you don't have to write a big essay. There's some short answer questions, but there's no 20-page report on why you deserve this scholarship.
Right. So I know that the Community Education Foundation is very inclusive, and you want as many people to come
Yes.
join you in this mission that you have.
Yes.
So tell people out there, how do they get involved with the Education Foundation? How can they help? How can they support? How can they become a part of what the foundation is doing?
So we're governed by our board of directors. So I am the only employee of the foundation, and then I have a board that I answer to and that we work together. I have 10 members right now, and they're a great group of people. They are very passionate about public education, and I'm very appreciative of them. If you would like to become a board of director, you can reach out to me via my email, which I know Chris will put down there, and I'd love to talk with you. We have many ways that you can get involved. Being a board of directors, obviously the biggest one, and that is a time commitment. We have quarterly meetings, and then we have committee meetings kind of intermittently in there. We also, financially is a big way if you want to get involved too. You can start a scholarship. You can start the Tonya Knowlton scholarship for English lovers. I don't know. Anything you want to do. You can do, financially is a big part, but also we need volunteers. I need volunteers for Bags for Braves. I need volunteers getting stuff to campuses because I am a one-woman show, and my board also, has
their jobs
in their lives. And we can always use people who love public education.
So if they want to be involved, what is their first step in doing that? How do they
We
get
have
in
a
touch with you?
form on our website that is just a general inquiry form, kind of, feeling what your skills are and what you want to bring to the table, or so they can fill out that form, and it comes directly to me, and I'll give you a call, and I'd love to chat with you.
Awesome. Michaela, thank you so much for being here with us tonight.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank you.
coming and sharing with us. I can't wait to come to Bags for Braves
Yes.
and see who wins this gorgeous purse and all the
know.
other purses that are going to be there.
Yes.
That's going to be so much fun. I will ask if you will stick around
Yes,
in
ma'am.
case anybody's got questions at the end of the show. We'll bring you back in and have you answer some questions
Yes,
if they have questions about clarification or new things that we didn't share.
Perfect. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we are going to go to a commercial break for just a few minutes, and it's just a quick little break. And then when we return, we're going to be joined by Mr. Brody Ross from Ellis Elementary. So stick around and let's see what Mr. Ross has for us tonight.
The Community Education Foundation is turning 20 this school year. Join us in celebrating 2 decades of braving the way for educational excellence in Community ISD. The foundation enhances educational programs through classroom grants, scholarships, and support of district initiatives. To date, more than $350,000 has been returned through the foundation to support innovative teaching ideas that enrich our students' education. Learn how you can support the foundation at communityisd.org/CEF.
Mr. Ross, thank you for joining us tonight. We're so glad you're here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're excited to talk to you tonight and hear a little bit about who you are, and then I'm going to ask you some other questions about what you do. So tell us a little bit about who you are. What's your bio? Where have you been?
Okay.
How did you get to Community ISD and Ellis Elementary?
Okay, so I was born in Des Moines, Iowa. Got to take it all the way back.
Yes,
so
all the way back.
Born, bred, and corn-fed. Go Hawkeyes. And so went to the University of Iowa for my undergrad. When I finished my undergrad, I wasn't quite done learning, and I wanted to do a little bit more, so I went to Texas A&M University Commerce, and I studied with Dr. Brian Zader over there in the field of percussion. Most of my music background is in percussion. So then my first gig, my wife and I went down to Houston. I taught out Sugarland area just outside of Houston. And we were like, not for us. And so we came right on back up. Nothing wrong with Houston. We just wanted to be a little closer to her family and home. So we got moved into Royce City, which is just over yonder.
Close.
And we were there for 12 years. Then last year, we moved all the way back up to Pella, Iowa, home of the Dutch, and helped out a friend up there doing some marching band and some percussion with them. And then found out that we really missed the area down here.
Texas is hard to leave once you get here.
Yes, it is. It is quite mild when it comes to temperature. We found out in January that -9 for a high for a week is pretty normal. So we didn't want to have that normal for too long. So we came on back, and my wife ended up getting a job at Dotson Elementary. She's the art teacher over there. And I was searching around. I actually did get a job, but in a neighboring school district. But the Ellis one opened up, and I just kind of tumbled into luck. Had to resign over there, sorry, but fell into Ellis, and I've loved it ever since. So it's really fun.
Our gain. Their loss, our gain.
That's what everybody keeps saying.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
I've been in your classroom, and I would say that is definitely true.
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the music program. So you are an elementary music teacher.
Correct.
What does your day-to-day look like?
So in your guys' beautiful district has a 4-day a week. So we have to cram everybody in those 4 days. So I'll see everybody in the school in 4 days, kinder, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And then at Ellis, I'm not sure if this is at every campus, but we do something where we have our classroom teachers get an extra PLC time. So then I get an extra 50 minutes at the beginning of the day, 1 day a week, with a fifth, then a fourth, then a third. And that helps out. And then in the afternoon, we do the younger PLCs, second, first, and kinder. And I just heard we are about to put our pre-K back into the rotation, so I get to see the little ones soon.
Little ones soon.
So that'll be fun. And so get to see.
What are things you do in your music class?
So
You have
I'm
critiques that you have to cover. The state says things that you cover, but what does a kid do in a music class in elementary?
I go about it with the understanding of kind of, being on stage at a theater. If you can connect with the audience with a topic or some sort of curricular thing, and it doesn't have to be really broad, but I always think an inch wide but a mile deep. And so
Great analogy.
I am all about consistency versus intensity. So we will take all those little tweaks that we do that most people are like, we got to do this. And I like to do it in a way that's just fast paced, super quick action. And the kids don't know that it's tricky at first, but then as they do it over and over and over, then it's a little bit more relaxed. And like, I didn't make as many mistakes. It's getting easier. And my kids always say, it's so hard. I'm like, I always tell them, nothing's hard, only new. And so when they take that mindset, we just do the tricky stuff over and over and over until it's not new anymore. And then we have a good time doing everything we do.
Well, you have some big things coming up, some performances coming up.
We do.
Tell us about those.
I think most of the elementaries do one grade level per month. And so ours coming up is actually on, next Thursday is our parents' night one. It's for our second graders. It's all Beatles music.
Oh, fun.
And so
the
we've
Beatles. So
the
if you're a
Beatles.
Beatles fan, you need to come.
Or just a lover of music.
Yeah.
But the Beatles really set the stage. We do have a guest star from around your neck of the woods. Mr. Ladd is going to step in, play a little electric guitar.
Yes, Mr. Ladd is a very talented
So
gentleman.
I walked him into that one, so that was
Good.
fun.
Good.
I'll play drum set, so I'll be Ringo. He's going to be John. And then the kids will sing, a myriad of songs from the Beatles. And the show is called Words with Meaning. And so we kind of go through the whole poetry of each of the songs and like, what does it mean? And that's not what that sounds like, but this is what it meant. And then we have first grade after that, kinder after that, and then fifth grade is kind of the one I'm looking forward to. There's just going to be in April, and we are going to perform on a brand new classroom set of 30 ukuleles.
Okay, so how did we get 30 ukuleles?
It was just by happenstance. I always have dreams and big ideas, and so the Staggs family, Matt and Kayla Staggs, they own a company, and I hope I say it right. I know a guy plumbing. I think it's I know a guy plumbing. I'm not sure if it's plumbing or plumber, but hopefully they'll fix it.
Okay.
Sorry. And so they just out of the blue offered. They're just great people. Every person I've ever talked to after them said, "Oh yeah, the Staggs. Yep. This makes so much sense." And being new to the community, it's just been wonderful. And they had their company put up the bill, and they footed it, and they're just like, "Do you want us to order it?" And I was like, "If you don't mind, this would be amazing."
Wow.
So I threw out what we were going to do. We're going to keep a couple of things that we've been working on, but we are right in the middle of learning how to read notes on a piano from an older grant that I had from a different school. They let me keep the pianos. They were super, super cheap, and I think they were about to throw them away. But when we finish our piano, we're going right into ukulele, and we'll be playing and singing, I hope. So if the fifth graders are watching, they're going to be like, I got to sing. Like, yes, you're going to sing. But they're going to play and sing if we can get the coordination down on their fifth grade program in April.
Wow, that sounds exciting. Are the kids excited to get those ukuleles?
I think that they know they're there. I think they're more excited about starting piano.
Okay, well,
But
that's good.
it's only because I've had the pianos dangling in front of them in the front of the room for a long time. I'm like, we want to play piano. It's like, I know, but we got to get through this stuff. So we're getting all the foundation set. But then, yes, once they first hold it and they go, this is the chord, and they'll go, I get it. So
awesome.
They're going to have a blast.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much for making that happen.
Oh,
for our
absolutely.
kids. So, parents are hearing this, and our parents here want to know that there's great things happening in the classrooms for our kids. So how do parents support that? How do they make sure their kids are involved? They're all seeing you.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But how do they support that participation and involvement in the music class?
As long, like, I like to send out emails as long as they're checking emails. And I know that's the hardest thing to do because you're all like, no, Bill. But when it comes along and it says Mr. Ross, I'd love it if they just took a time, found it, and then show up for the shows. Because sometimes, some programs don't really get the kids involved. And I feel like the staple of the program that I try to build, if a kid misses the show, they're heartbroken.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the parents, just write the date down, send yourself a reminder, take a look at the emails I'm sending out. I send out like video reminders so the kids can be practicing at home and they have a blast. But with all the work and effort that the kids put in, just show up for your kid and show up for the community event of it. Our last third grade concert, I had 2 kids out. So I think we had right around 96 kids on stage, and we had standing room only in the cafeteria.
Wow.
And we might need more seats. So, but it was a great show.
But that's encouraging to hear. So many
Absolutely.
parents were out
Yep.
and involved.
Yeah, and just giving their kids that chance to experience it could spark something later in life.
Yeah.
And so I know we have another coach coming on here in a second, but I try to teach my classroom that whatever we do can be held and then enhanced in another classroom. So when we're doing rhythms, I tell some of my older boys, I'm like, this is going to help you hit a baseball.
Yeah.
Or this is going to help you like
Coach Fuller,
coordinate
I'd be
your
glad to
body.
hear that.
Oh, I hope so. Yes, I'm a baseball guy too. So when I saw his name, I was like, yeah, baseball. So
That's
very
awesome.
fun.
Well, I've been in your classroom.
Okay.
I've seen the
Yeah.
excitement in your classroom. Kids are
try.
excited to be there. It's very active, very dynamic the whole
Yeah.
time that they're there. And so I just want to say thank you for that.
Oh,
Thank you for
absolutely.
having such energy and engagement with your
Yeah.
kids
Well,
every
thank you.
day. We appreciate that. And thanks for coming tonight and
Oh,
sharing
sure.
some things with us and telling us a little bit about that. I'm going to ask if you'll stick around.
Absolutely.
And at the end, if there's some questions or some dialogue there, then we want to bring you back out and,
Sure thing.
and have you be a part of that at the very end of the show.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here. We're going to transition again to another short commercial break. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk baseball a little bit with Coach Boulware from CHS Baseball. And we are back, and we have a new guest with us tonight. Coach, thank you so much for coming out to talk to
Absolutely.
us. So appreciate you
Thank you
being
for
here.
having me.
Yeah, we're excited you're here. Want to just kind of let people get to know you a little bit. So tell us a little bit about you. Who are you, and then how did you end up in community?
Yeah, so I grew up playing baseball, went to Lake Dallas High School, which is a Metroplex team. After high school, went and played some junior college baseball, and then ended up at Dallas Baptist right up the road.
Awesome.
And then right after I got out of playing, I jumped into coaching. I actually got a coach under my old high school coach. Spent a couple years there, and then jumped into Coppell. Spent 1 year there, and then ended up here. And how I kind of ended up here is I had a lot of coaching mentors that I've kind of looked up to or played under, from the college level to the high school level, where they're suggesting that I take this job and look into it. And so I think that spoke highly of it, and I kind of dove into some research on it, and from administration to the kids I saw here, like, it was an exciting opportunity, and it just, I had to take it. Like, I had to jump on it. So, and I'm
We're
happy
so
I
glad
did.
that you did.
Yeah.
We're very excited about that. So you played baseball at DBU.
Yes.
What was that like? Tell us a little bit about that college baseball
Oh,
experience.
it was awesome. So DBU, Obviously, from the playing perspective, like getting to play at that high of a level and on a team that has quite a bit of a success and support, that just makes it fun as a player, like doing that year in and year out. But then you get to look at it from the other aspect of what I got to learn under our coaching staff. Like our coaching staff was awesome. They're phenomenal. I love Coach Hefner. He's a big mentor to me as far as just how he developed us and how he built us from a character standpoint. I think he kind of prided himself on making us work hard, having high accountability, high standards. And we always talked about chasing excellence, which is kind of funny. That's our motto with the high school. So that's kind of what I want to bring to us here too. So DBU kind of led me into my coaching philosophies and kind of what I follow. So I think it led me into the career path, and it led me into hopefully having some success with the career. And then lastly, I think the part that goes unnoticed is the relationships that I built along the way. Like some of my best friends are from DBU. I had people stand by me at my wedding from DBU. So just that relationship aspect, again, that's something I want to bring here. Like I want players to look back and realize the memories they have with their teammates and hopefully stay in touch with them throughout. So
it's not just about the game.
Yeah,
it's about all other things that you learn.
Special experience.
To that. So if we've got students or parents that want to get involved with baseball, what do they need to do? What do they need to go forward with? How do our younger kids need to start preparing for those baseball experiences?
So from a student standpoint and future baseball players, my biggest thing is we want guys that want to come in, they want to work hard, they want to be held accountable, and they want to develop day in and day out, and that comes with coachability, and just be willing to be coached. But we also want kids that love the game. We want kids that love to be there and enjoy being at the field, and I think that goes a long way. And from a parent standpoint, I think you'll see that we want our kids to be challenged mentally and physically, but we also want them to be supported, and that's through us, and that's through y'all at home too. So we want that constant support, and ultimately I think it all boils down to is we want kids that love coming to the field every day and love being a part of what we're doing, and then love being a part of something bigger than themselves and learning that selflessness aspect. And then from a parent's standpoint, we want y'all to support and look forward to what we're doing with your kids, and know that we're trying to not just develop baseball players, but ultimately develop better young men for when they leave here, whether that's playing baseball or from just a person standpoint.
Awesome. So you're getting ready for season. So have we started practice yet?
Friday. Looking forward to it. It's almost
Friday.
here.
We start Friday.
We have been counting down the days.
Awesome. So do you have some expectations as we start into this? Some predictions, projections?
I think my ultimate goal is to develop onto the success they've had. The program's been pretty successful, and ultimately I want to keep that success, but I also want to build a foundation kind of on my own to further the success for our future. So build a strong foundation for our future, and then ultimately build a program that plays with a ton of energy. They play hard. They compete for the guys next to them. And I think when you kind of pair that all together, I do hope that we have a lot of district success. I hope that we get a postseason opportunity, and then we kind of take it and run with it from there. And I think lastly, it's kind of what I hit on a little bit ago, is my ultimate goal is for our seniors that are graduating this year, they have the best year they've ever had of baseball. And then I hope that they leave here a better person. I hope that they look back on this season and realize that they developed as a player, but ultimately developed as a person. And I think hopefully they can look back and do that. And I think we're heading in the right direction on that too.
Awesome. So you've had a chance to kind of get to know the guys in off season and kind of get to know them. Do you have any standouts or some?
It's kind of hard to say. I think one thing that I've told the guys this from day one, and we actually talked about today, I think we have a ton of depth. And that's something that's going to be really, really good. Like, we got a lot of guys that can have success, and I think we got a lot of guys that are going to surprise people. And that's just based on the buy-in and how they attack this offseason. Like, I think there's been some huge jumps. I do think we have a ton of really good experienced leaders on the team that have kind of made a standpoint on buying in, and the younger guys have followed. So I think you're going to see some success from freshmen to seniors on players that can make impact. So if I was to say names, I know I'll leave one out.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't want to do that because I think we got a lot of
Yeah.
good kids and we got a lot of good players with a lot of talent.
That's
So-
awesome. So you're excited about getting started on Friday?
Oh yeah, super
Tell me
excited.
a little bit about the season. We looking for some hard, rough preseason things before we get to district. We got some tournaments coming up.
Yeah, we got some good talent. We're I mean, our opening game is against the preseason number 2 ranked team in the state.
Okay,
So
yeah. Jump right in there.
we're setting the tone, and we got some 6A teams we're facing. We're not messing around, and I think again that kind of goes back to what I was talking about when setting the schedule. I believed we had a ton of talent and a ton of depth, and so I'm hoping we go and compete, and I think we will. I've told our guys I think we can compete against anybody that we face, and they bought into that aspect too, and I think they have that same feeling. Like whoever lines up, it doesn't matter. Like we're good enough to beat them, and I believe it, and I think
That's
they believe it
awesome.
too. So
Awesome. Well, I wish you luck on this Friday. How can we, as community fans, how can we get involved and support baseball this year?
yeah, I think the biggest thing is one, our players have worked super hard. They've been grinding all off season and they're excited, and I think the biggest way you can support them right off the bat is just showing your support, and that's coming to games, packing the stands, trying to make every game feel like a playoff atmosphere. These kids deserve that big atmosphere, and they just deserve to be loved on, and I think that's the best way we can do it is pack the stands, so show your support, make it a positive environment for them to go play in, and then they know they're supported and they know they got the community back behind them. So
Awesome.
I think that's the
Well, we
biggest
are
way.
looking forward to an awesome season and seeing great things happen out on that diamond. So
For sure.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate you coming to community. I think the guys are excited. I know CHS is
yeah.
excited to have you, and so we are looking forward to seeing great things.
Absolutely. Thank
this
you.
year. Yeah, thanks for being here. We're going to take a final break tonight, and then we're going to come back for questions. So we're going to ask Coach if you'll stick around in case there's some questions for you tonight, and we're going to go real quick for one more break.
Let's remember to play, coach, officiate, and support the Texas way with respect for others, self-control, and true sportsmanship. Our student athletes are here to learn life lessons through sport. Win or lose, your actions during competition and in the stands reflect your character. Play with pride, play with honor, play the Texas way. Learn more at playthetexasway.com. During this break in the action, take a moment to follow Community ISD. On Facebook and Instagram, we're easy to find. Our handle is Community ISD.
And we are back, and we want to follow up, Coach, with just one more question. We've got another event coming up with Meet the Braves for baseball and softball. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What can we experience with that?
Yes, that's on February 23rd. It's an awesome event. It's basically the kids can come out, they get to run the bases, they get to take pictures with their favorite Braves players, they can get autographs.
Awesome.
They'll get to meet the teams. All our players will be out there, JV, varsity. So it's a cool event that gets the community involved, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of. So we encourage, if you got littles at home, bring them. Let them run around, let them have fun.
It's a great way to get those younger baseball players engaged with our Braves and get them to be supportive and ready to step into those roles someday. So
Definitely.
That's awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. We're excited about that. Please make sure you come to the baseball complex at 6:30 on February the 23rd and join us for that. We have now shifted into our question and answer. If you have a question, please submit your question into the Facebook chat, and we will be glad to answer that on air. We are going to start with the questions we already have in there. Mr. Welch, what's our first question?
All right, thank you, Dr. Knowlton. Our first question is for Miss Welch. What bags are on the bingo list this year?
Oh gosh, from the top of my head, we have the Blue Ralph Lauren, I have a Consuela, I have 2 Kate Spades, I have 2 Tory Birches, I have a Furla, I have one coach, and I think I have a Dooney.
All right.
I think that's 10.
Those sound good.
They're good. They're
I don't know
good.
what any of that means.
For those of you that aren't purse people, those are good. Those are really good.
Question for you. Who was the best dressed model at Bags for Braves?
Oh, don't do that to me.
Or what about the funniest?
Who asked that?
It's not revealing.
Not revealing our identity.
Anonymous.
Okay, I'm
Ask.
trying to think. So last year we had several amazing guys from our district and our community model for us. We had Cameron Daig, who is the youth pastor at FPC Lavon. We had Coach Shar, dressed as Buddy the Elf, if I'm remembering
Yes,
correctly.
that
We
was
had Mr.
interesting.
Brinkley from the Brave Center. We had one of our not our superintendent, our board of trustees. We had
Yes.
Josh Shines. I don't know, I think they were all great. They
Yeah.
really helped make the event a special night. I can't pick one.
It's
That's too
just
hard.
fun to
It's
see
just fun.
everybody, and everybody gets into character. It's just a great.
We had Coach Ortega. I think he had just signed
He
his
had just
contract
gotten
that
here,
week,
yeah.
and I
Yes.
was able to rope him in, and he dressed up in our Braves mascot and came out to the fight song. So that was fun. We have just a lot of people who are willing to help out and really kind of elevated the event.
Yes, lots of fun.
Okay, up next we have our first one for Mr. Ross.
All right.
What instruments can you play?
Oh, interesting.
Oh boy. Okay. I can play them, humble brag, I can play them all, but I don't sound good on them all.
Like all.
Double reeds, I have fixed, I told my kids this morning, we were talking about woodwinds. I have fixed an oboe, and I have reset a couple of keys on a bassoon, but I can't play those two.
Okay.
But in undergrad, we learned almost all of them, so I can play anything in a band. And then, like I said, my background is in percussion, so I play anything you can strike or hit. So,
Wow.
marimba, steel pan,
Interesting.
anything, shakers, drum set. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Also for Mr. Ross, what's the toughest song or performance you've had to teach?
Usually, the toughest is when we start getting into musicals, because it's not just lyrics, and then I always call them the old park and bark, where you just stand there and you send it out there. And I usually start it in fourth grade. My fourth graders did great this year. I clear out the whole stage, and I say, here's your spot, here's your spot, here's your spot. And they're like, okay, but why am I standing with, and I was like, okay, because in 15 counts, you got to go stand over there. And then 3 seconds later, you're coming cross.
Wow.
And so we're learning all the choreography, moving across the stage, and usually that's kind of a shock to the system.
While you're singing.
Yes, and doing the choreography and trying to think, oh my gosh, who's looking at me? Like, don't care, just sing the song. And so just getting them to do everything and then not trip over their own feet is kind of the most tricky thing that I probably do when it comes to songs and performances.
Great.
Okay. We've got one for Coach Boulware. What's the biggest difference between high school ball and college ball?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh, I would say the biggest difference is just the speed of the game and the level of the game. Like you get some really talented players, but when you get to that next level, it's a big jump. Guys start throwing the ball harder, they locate better, and they kind of own who they are as a player too. And I think that's a big difference where they know what they do well and they're going to do it repeatedly, and they're going to train to do that every time. So I think that's the biggest difference. And then you just kind of best do what you do best against what they do best and hope your best is better than theirs. And it turns into truly competing and trusting what you do well and hope it's good enough at that point. So.
Awesome.
And another one for you. What have you learned about community's rivalries so far?
Oh.
I've heard there's some in our district. I'm excited for them. I'm gonna keep it at that. And I think our kids are excited. And I think you'll see it in the games where we're going and competing. Hopefully we're competing with a ton of energy every game, but I do think there's a few that our boys are gonna be a little more energetic, a little more amped up about.
Up for those.
I've heard some stories, but we'll just keep it at that for
We'll
right
be
now.
ready.
Yes,
We'll be ready
to
for
go.
those rivals.
All right. Another one for Mrs. Welch. What scholarships are going to be available through the portal?
So we have our Community Education Foundation scholarships. Then we have our alumni scholarship. We have the athletic boosters. There's, I think, a few band boosters. There's just some community ones. We have like a first generation Hispanic college student. And that's all I can think of off the top of our head. But on our website, there is a list. And that list is ever changing, and that, can change at any time. So we're always looking for new partners for scholarships. But
another one for Mr. Ross. This is from Claudia Ross. What musical events did you participate in school and college that encouraged you to teach percussion and music? What do you like about teaching music to elementary students? And we are so proud of you. Love, Mom and Dad.
Oh.
Yes, thanks, Mom. So, what instruments did I play? So growing up, I started as a 5th grader playing the band, little snare drum that I rolled around everywhere, feeling super not nerdy, and drug that thing back and forth. And then went into high school and college playing drumline. And then I really finally found that I needed to read music when I got to college. So that's when I started marimba and started 4-mallet marimba. Then I got into steel pan, which I just love the sound of the steel pan. And I still have a couple of my own, and we're probably going to ask for a few from the grant committee this year.
Write a good grant.
It will be very well written.
Okay.
And so I like to bring that into the classroom. But then I've also had musical theater background. And I hope my sister's watching, if my mom's watching, because I love my sister to death, and she was a thespian and worked really, really hard to be an amazing high school actor. And I never did it. And the drama coach found out that I could sing and I could dance and I could kind of act. And she goes, "You should do it." I was like, "Okay, fine." So I auditioned and ended up getting the lead. I was Professor Harold Hill my senior year. And my sister, I swear she sat in the front row like this.
As
But
all
she
sisters
didn't.
do.
No. She loved it. She loved it. So, but it was great. And then I try to bring all those aspects. And I even danced for a couple of years in studio. I followed my sister on that one. So I danced in studio, played instruments, and I like to sing and all that stuff. So I try to bring that into the classroom as well.
All the fine art stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get one, you might as well explode
Get
them
them
all.
all.
Get 'em
That's
all.
great.
Yeah.
Wonderful background.
Okay, we have another one for Mr. Ross. This is just an encouragement. A couple parents said that their kids are looking forward to your performances and that they really enjoy your class.
Good.
Awesome.
And then Wyatt Barton said to say, "Go Coach Boulware, he's the best around."
All
There you go.
right.
And that is all we have at the moment.
Okay. If you have a question, now is the time to type it into our chat. We'll get that answered really quickly, so we'll give just a minute. Again, I want to say thank you guys for being here tonight. We love having people come and talk to us about what's happening in our district. We have so many great things that are happening in Community ISD, and it's so wonderful to hear it from the people that are in the trenches working with our kids and trying to make sure that we have the very best that we can have at Community ISD. So thank you so much for what you do for community and for our kids. Mr. Welch, are there any more questions?
Not that I see.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to all of Brave Nation who continue to support and encourage us here at Community ISD. We appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Thank you.